figured out. Like, Dame, very smart guy.
I feel so happy it's you. When a mouth couldn't miss him in that stupid ass suit. I'm sorry, I know it's elder abuse, but somebody needs a stinking, and I think that it's you. Who the fuck disrespects that OG? The motherfucker helped you, and he helped me, and I think it's looking plain to see. You're starting to look gay like Jason Lee, and the man that we breasting too. Matter of fact, all y'all breasting, y'all the breasting crew. Breasting crew, breasting crew. Matter of fact, all y'all breasting too.
We was looking for the huckleberry and we're glad it's you. Ew, what's that smell? Doo-doo. P-U, 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 P-U. You're right. Cheap, cheap. I already made it this way. Cheap,
We were looking for the huckle, so happy it's you. When a mouth couldn't miss him in that stupid ass suit. I'm sorry, I know it's elder abuse, but somebody needs a stinking, and I think that it's you. Who the fuck disrespects that OG? The motherfucker helped you, and he helped me.
You know, so he'll figure it out.
He was definitely playing your album and on Instagram.
Yeah, did you see that
very
video?
Sweet.
Nah, I didn't see it.
He was in the barbershop, bobbing his head crazy to it. He said he liked it. He said he felt like he was a part of that. He knows you're telling the truth.
I feel like, you know, what people gotta understand, I mean, nothing gonna change the way I feel about Damon. You know, no matter, no time or space, no separation or anything. You know, I got love for Damon Dash the same way as I did before.
Jay's breath always used to stink. And you know why? Because for some reason, don't you hate when they got bad breath and chew Big Red? It's just cinnamon doodle. Nobody wants to smell that. I hope this is not still chewing Big Red with bad breath on that mic, because that mic must have been stinking. And then he dressed up like a mic.
Look at Cameron's face.
Whoa!
I'm gonna say his name. Your teeth are cheap. Your dentist played you. Your new name is Cheap Teeth. Not Chief Keith or Chief Keith. It's Cheap Teeth. And those suits are funny that you're wearing. They're like old school Steve Harvey suits, now that you're a sportscaster. Hey, live from this, and I'm gonna talk about sweaty men all day? That's not some fresh shit. Fly niggas don't talk about sweaty men. He has undesigner, unauthentic, bootleg, cheap teeth, and he can't pull them out. He got the one of those in his mouth. Pause. Since I've got my teeth back, I can really clearly say he better get to work if he wants to go make Paid in Full and stop getting thrown around by wrestlers, and maybe keep my name out of his big mouth with those cheap teeth, with those what are those in his mouth. Because again, if you're gonna do something as intricate and personal as getting teeth, pause, you should be patient.
Yeah, I think in the beginning it's about you and your circle.
Okay.
Right? You take your circle, you got the people that grind with you every day and share your dreams and slept on the floor with you, and you know, and then you make it out. And then you look and he's like, okay, what else? Right? What else? Like, how else can I be of service? You achieve these goals that you thought were, you know, unattainable in the beginning, and you achieve them. And then you look around and you say, okay, how can we duplicate this? The reason we created Roc Nation was to be able to say, okay, this is all the information we gathered. Here it is, Rihanna. Here it is, Kanye. You know, whomever, right? Like, and just like, here's the information. So if we achieve those goals at 36, you do it at 26.
Jay had a strategy of, once somebody's record was hot, jumping on it and then taking, it would be like it was his record.
Like he did your button. Give me the beat.
Give me that beat, fool. It's a full-time Jack move. Don't worry, Skano. I get it back soon.
Like Ja Rule's record, Can I Get a?
Can I get a what? These chickens from all of my...
That was Ja Rule's record. I'm a hustler, baby.
I'm a hustler, baby. Oh. I just want you to know.
That was Sparks' record.
That's why he's on there like, give me that.
Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff.
That's the only reason why Sparks was on there, because it was his record. So he does this thing where he says, oh, it's your record, I jump on it, now it's my record. It's almost like extortion.
Why did it go left?
It didn't go left.
Okay, it didn't go left.
Why you think it went left?
Hold on.
What are you talking about? Roc-A-Fella?
Roc-A-Fella.
I'll go it.
The perception of why Roc-A-Fella ended is different. You're aware of this.
It's because Jay did what he did. He didn't want to pay $3. He made a move on his friends. It is what it is, bro. I don't want to talk about that.
No. All I'm saying is the perception of why Roc-A-Fella ended is not that Dame Dash wanted to move on and do something different. That's not, I believe you, that's not the perception.
Who cares?
But you're aware of that.
And sometimes you gotta Machiavelli yourself to be left alone.
Summer Jam 2001.
Crazy.
This is live. We the champions. You heard
Michael
it.
Jackson.
We live.
King of rap, the king of pop. Holla.
Turned out crazy. Biggie, 20,000.
It's the Rock, you
always. You heard? Holla.
beat it.
We was looking for the Huckleberry and we're glad it's you. First we got one and now we got two. Cheap teeth, cheap teeth, cheap teeth, cheap teeth.
I genuinely believe Dame Dash has reached a whole new level when it comes to criticizing Jay-Z. Before we get into everything, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and help the channel keep growing. We just got back from the Reasonable Doubt anniversary concerts, and they've sparked a huge conversation throughout hip-hop. Everyone already knows there's a group of people who simply don't rock with Jay-Z, Roc Nation, or anything connected to that camp. But Dame Dash seems to be operating on an entirely different level lately. Every time Jay's name comes up, Dame somehow finds another reason to push back, and it's becoming impossible to ignore. I was actually at one of the shows, just like I mentioned before it happened. A few of you came over to say hello, we talked for a bit, took some pictures, and the atmosphere inside the building was nothing but love. It was one of those nights that reminded you why Reasonable Doubt still means so much to hip-hop after all these years. But while I was taking everything in, one thing kept standing out to me. Dame Dash wasn't there. For anyone who remembers the Roc-A-Fella era, that absence carried real weight. Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Kareem Biggs Burke didn't just release an album together, they built an entire movement from the ground up. They took an independent release and turned it into one of the most respected brands hip-hop has ever seen. Watching that album receive such a massive celebration without one of its founders present felt strange. For a second, I couldn't help but imagine what the night would have looked like if none of the drama between Dame and Jay had ever happened. Imagine Dame standing on that stage beside Jay celebrating the album they helped introduce to the world nearly 3 decades ago. That would have been one of the greatest full-circle moments hip-hop has ever witnessed. Instead, Dame continues doubling down every time he's given a microphone. Every interview turns into another round of comments about Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, Roc-A-Fella, or the anniversary concerts themselves. At this point, it almost feels like the celebration can't happen without Dame trying to redirect part of the conversation back toward himself. Whether it's the stories, the random tangents, or another criticism aimed at Jay, the attention keeps shifting away from the music and toward the drama. Lately, he's been making appearances everywhere, The Art of Dialogue, Cam Capone News, and several other platforms, making sure his perspective gets heard. But with every interview comes another headline, another controversial quote, and another moment that has people asking the same question. Does Dame realize how this is coming across? After watching the latest interview, one thing became even clearer. The internet never forgets.
And no disrespect, but that shit looked like a 40-40 reunion. And I never went to the 40-40. I owned Socialista with Giuseppe Cipriani in it. You know what I'm saying? Downtown. I never went to 40-40. That wasn't my crowd. If I went someplace, I needed to be the only person there with a...
Right on cue, an old photo of Jay-Z and Dame Dash started circulating online. And ironically, it was taken inside Jay's own 40-40 club. That single picture made some of Dame's recent comments seem even more contradictory. The more interviews he gives, the more those contradictions continue piling up. Dame says he doesn't spend his time talking about other men, yet almost every interview somehow circles back to Jay-Z. Whether it's Reasonable Doubt, Roc-A-Fella, or something that happened years ago, Jay's name eventually becomes the headline. Ironically, Dame actually discusses plenty of ambitious ideas. He talks about building a country club, creating generational wealth, and even dreams of owning an NFL franchise or launching his own football league. Those are the kinds of conversations that should be grabbing headlines. Instead, they're constantly overshadowed because another comment about Jay ends up dominating the discussion. And honestly, we're only getting started. Nobody questions Dame's contribution to Reasonable Doubt. His place in Roc-A-Fella history is secure. But after years of interviews and public criticism aimed at Jay, almost no one realistically expected him to attend the anniversary celebration. Even so, seeing Dame, Jay, Nas, and the rest of the Roc-A-Fella family together would have been one of the greatest reunion moments hip-hop has ever seen. Then Jay made one joke about Dame's teeth, and somehow that single line has turned into what feels like countless interviews where Dame keeps returning to the exact same subject. Every appearance feels a little more personal than the last. I'm not interested in discussing Dame's finances or the nicknames people give him. That's his personal business. What matters here is how often the conversation keeps returning to Jay and the Reasonable Doubt anniversary.
About him breaking out Nas. That was a dope moment, right?
I mean, it was a little cringe. I'm used to them beefing, you know. I don't like to see when wrestlers be friends. I never wanted to see Nas rap over JB. I never wanted to see Jay, you know, doing background for Nas. It just felt awkward. It'd be like Paul seeing, like, you know, Godzilla and King Kong on the stage giving each other five and shit, nigga. I want to see rap beef. Pause. It's not real. But I'm just, you know, I just like the art of rap. You know what I mean? So, like, I think it's cool when people could battle, give each other pounds and keep battling. But all this kumbaya, I'm not all about all that. I don't like niggas like that. You know what I mean? But again, it just seemed like everybody was required to wear something that had something to do with the Yankees. Pause. I don't want to see another Yankee hat for a while now. There's too many.
Seeing Jay-Z and Nas standing together was one of the biggest highlights of the anniversary shows. But Dame's reaction painted an entirely different picture. Dame suggested that he was so used to Jay and Nas being rivals that seeing them together almost felt unusual. The problem is that their famous feud ended years ago. They'd collaborated, shared stages, and publicly moved on long before these concerts happened. So presenting their reunion as though it was some brand new peace agreement simply doesn't match reality. Then the conversation somehow shifted toward Yankees hats. Dame complained that too many people were wearing Yankees gear, but the event literally took place at Yankee Stadium. Of course fans were wearing Yankees hats. The logos, the jerseys, and the atmosphere all came with the venue. That's what made the criticism feel so strange. It left people wondering what exactly he expected everyone to wear instead. This is where the interview starts feeling noticeably different. Early on, some of Dame's frustration could still be understood as lingering disappointment from the Roc-A-Fella split. But once every interview keeps returning to the exact same topic, it begins sounding less like unresolved business and more like someone who simply can't move on. Every Jay-Z performance, every interview, every business announcement, every celebration, eventually Dame has something to say about it. That's why so many people believe these recent interviews feel much more personal than anything he said in the past.
Yes, you could say it's hating because, yeah, them niggas sued me, lied on me, and then waited 30 years to put it out, but for some reason didn't put it out 29 years before that. Not a 10th anniversary, not a 15th anniversary, not a 25th anniversary, but the year all of a sudden my shit goes to auction. Now it's the 30th anniversary and you selling a whole lot of Mitchell and Ness and probably, you know, all that type shit. Using my shit for that. That's not what Reasonable Doubt was for. Reasonable Doubt was anti-commercial. We were independent. When we went gold, I put out an ad in Billboard like this: fuck y'all. We did it without y'all. I did that. And now look at us. Just whoring out. And yes, Of course, homeboy's gonna listen. He better listen. He knew better than that. You see, he takes my advice. He's still my little homie. So I'm gonna always make sure that regardless of what I'm gonna say what needs to be said to help him, and I know he's gonna listen. But look at what Roc-A-Fella looks like. Look at what Roc-A-Fella was looking like with me, how much fun it was, and look how many special guests you have.
Then the conversation takes another strange turn. Dame says Jay should have stayed in food and beverage and even compares him to Sam Rothstein from Casino. At that point, the criticism feels far more personal than professional. Here's the reality though. Nobody can erase what Dame Dash helped build. Back in 1996, he played a major role in turning Reasonable Doubt into one of hip-hop's greatest independent success stories. Roc-A-Fella eventually partnered with a major label, expanded worldwide, and became one of the culture's biggest brands. At the time, that growth represented success, not failure. More money, bigger audiences, and greater opportunities were exactly what independent companies were working toward. That's why these anniversary concerts weren't meant to spark another debate about independent versus major labels. They were celebrations. Thousands of fans showed up nearly 30 years after the album's release. Artists adjusted their schedules to be there. Usher reportedly came directly from tour. Jeezy also made sure he didn't miss the moment. The focus was supposed to be on the music and the legacy of Reasonable Doubt. Meanwhile, Dame remained focused on appearances, business politics, and who looked too flashy. Then the conversation becomes even more personal. Instead of stopping with Jay, Dame eventually brings Beyonce into the discussion. That's where many fans felt the tone completely changed.
100 niggas wear the same hat, I'm not wearing it. I can tell you that right now. Right or wrong. Do you want to wear the same hat that everybody's wearing? Exactly. So it was like, all right, too much Yankee, man. Pause. Now it's a pause. It made me so, it was like, why so, I don't know. And then also it's like, it just seemed very obvious that the hair thing really fucked with him because he had, a scripted Beyonce in his hair twice. First of all, my girl doesn't ever cut my hair. You got to get a shape up. I'm not getting no haircut in the bleachers with no mirrors. Like, who does that? So why is it that you keep flexing this girl? Like, we know that's your girl. God damn. We know she's your girl. That's been what it's been the whole time. It's okay, you with Beyonce. I bet. She cuts your hair, she touches you and all that. It doesn't look real. Pause. It just looks cringe because it's so unnatural. It would have been better in a barbershop, but we don't even go to the barbershop. We always have a barber come to us. You know what I mean? Like, my girl doesn't do my hair. I don't let her do my shape up and no shit like that. There's no razors, there's no mirror. It just was very unrealistic. It's very contrived. It's just, I wouldn't have done that. Like, it just, Roc-A-Fella, I'm not saying that people aren't supposed to evolve, but when you watch, like, Batman now, you still want to see Batman with the good uniform and the good car, and you still want Batman crispy. Roc-A-Fella was Batman. We were that man. We don't want to see old man, trash can. You know what I mean? We want to see crispy. So every version and every time you see Roc-A-Fella, I don't never really want to see the old version of Batman. Do you want to see the old version of Superman? Pause. Do you want to see? I don't want to see them.
Nobody expects Dame Dash to praise Jay-Z. Nobody expects them to become friends again. But regardless of how he feels today, Dame will always be one of the people who helped build Roc-A-Fella and Reasonable Doubt. That's part of hip-hop history, and nothing can erase that. Unfortunately, every new interview seems to shift attention away from those accomplishments and back toward another criticism of Jay. Then, things reach their most uncomfortable point. Dame begins commenting on Jay and Beyonce's relationship, even criticizing ordinary moments between a husband and wife. He questions a video of Beyonce cutting Jay's hair and somehow turns that into another complaint. At that point, you almost have to ask, what are we even talking about anymore? Jay was simply sitting there while his wife trimmed his hair, nothing more. Yet even that became another talking point. By then, the conversation had moved far beyond Roc-A-Fella, business disagreements, or reasonable doubt. It had become deeply personal. There was a time when Dame Dash represented independence, ownership, confidence, and fearless entrepreneurship. Countless people admired the Roc-A-Fella blueprint because of what he helped build. That's exactly why watching these interviews feels so different today. Instead of celebrating his accomplishments or discussing his business ideas, the headlines almost always revolve around his latest comments about Jay-Z. With every new appearance, it feels like more attention shifts away from his legacy and toward the ongoing feud. Now, I want to hear your opinion. Is Dame simply speaking his truth because of everything he helped build with reasonable doubt? Or has this gone beyond honest criticism and turned into bitterness that's becoming impossible to ignore? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown. I don't create the drama, I just break it down. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.